first of many mid games that Josh said I can terrorize you with. I
Okay.
am very, very bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing at all. Uh,
Okay.
so teach me, coach.
He's good. You have to auto the wave more. You're always playing for push as mid. You're not autoing the wave at all. Like no auto, 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 no auto. First auto. Like you're playing every mid matchup is playing for push. You're also scared of him when you outrange him. Um, your like it's just your Q's a 5 second cooldown. Mel E is longer than 5 seconds. That's it's not more complicated than that. So in this case, when your Q comes back up, you should walk up and play for Q, but you're walking backwards. You're playing too scared. Like any champ that has lower CDs on their spells should be getting pushed. You have a Q on a 5 second cooldown. His E is I don't know the exact cooldown, but it's definitely longer than 5. So you should be the one getting level 2 first. You should be the one with push. You should be the one winning these trades. Here he got pushed because you didn't auto the wave a single time. So now he gets level 2 first. He gets level 2. The second he gets level 2, now you have to start. Now you actually start playing like a pussy, and now you're walking into him. He's level 2. You're level 1. This is not like a mid lane thing. It could be any role in the game. Top, mid, AD, support, jungle. If the I mean laner has a level advantage on you, you probably shouldn't fight him, right? That's just like a league's fundamentals, right? Um, so here you see he's gonna hit level 2 first. You know that because he's got more of the way than you have. It's like jungle equivalent is your 4 camp C6. Obviously he's gonna be higher level. Um, so he's level 2 and you just have to back up. You should be backing up before he hits level 2 because you should know he's about to hit it first of all. Level 2 is the first 6 minions, and then 1 minion in the second wave. Um, but yeah, it's just always autoing, playing for push. I think this walk-in on this queue is perfect. You should now every time your queue comes back up. It's not when your queue comes back up, go and do it. It's when your queue's one like 5 seconds coming up, then you walk up to get the queue off. So when you walk up and you're in range, then your queue has come up by then. Because if you only walk up when your queue's up, then you're missing downtime that you could have your queue down.
Right.
You know. So for example, you'd be walking up for another queue right now. Instead of clicking back right now, you auto the menu perfect, and now we'll click here. And also, um, another thing with any mage in the game is you prefer any champ, not even mage, even Zeds and all that is your preferred. You always want to hit spells and the wave. So here, if you walk up, you queue right here. You're queuing him and you're queuing the wave, which is good because again you're playing for push or contesting push. Um, even right now, you can still queue and it would still hit right here. So hit him and hit minion. But you're going for like ISO queues, which don't do. You're not playing Karthus. They don't do more damage by themselves. Again, and then again, your queues 5 second cooldown. And we count your queues up right now. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could have got a queue and a half in by now, right?
Right.
Earlier. So this guy would be eating 2 more queues if he goes for this trade. And then obviously if you look at his HP and your HP, I want you to imagine he's eating 2 more queues, right? You obviously won the trade. Um, so yeah, just you have a lower CD. You're not autoing the wave literally at all. You haven't autoed the wave a single time besides last hitting.
Okay. If I'm being super aggressive with my cues,
Mm-hmm.
what this is something I've like I go back and forth on this. I have a game where like I spam my fucking cues. I'm like hyper
Mm-hmm.
pushing the wave, and I run out of mana like a motherfucker.
Um,
Obviously get good, but
I mean,
I don't know what good is here.
I just that's too many examples. Like if you're spamming Qs and getting low, getting low mana, but they're now being forced to base because they are so low that they're killable. It's obviously completely fine, right? Uh, it just depends.
Okay, so at that point, okay, so in that game, it's probably like
I have to,
my cues just aren't doing anything.
I have to just
I'm
see.
missing them, or
I don't know. Yeah, that's because like if you're landing more Qs than you're missing and you're spamming them, then you probably have push, and if you have push, they're probably bleeding CS because when you push, they means get under tower, and they just have every champ in the game struggles to last it under tower level like 1 and 2 and 3, right? And
mm,
then you're getting a gold lead, and then then you'll just base to get your mana back, and then um, but you have an advantage because you should have CS advantage because they were forced to miss minions because you had push. You know, it's a give and take. Again, it depends on the situation. You have to show me the picture of what you're talking about. But I'm not saying like fucking. It
Okay.
depends on the matchup. Like if you're playing versus a fucking Sion mid, then yeah, there's no point to spam with Qs. You're not killing him. It's a Mel. It's you guys are obviously trading pretty aggressively. I think you're gonna value um lane priority more, right? Um, so, but yeah, does it all make sense? Playing for a push,
Mm-hmm.
queuing.
Yeah, yeah.
You can use your Q to poke the enemy and to push the wave in. Drink your pot as well.
Yeah.
You
Like
lost.
2 for 1. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't drink any pots during the entire exchange as well. Okay, you see Mel bot. You should just hard push. Like you should just you should use the E on the wave too. Q E perfect. E them all as well. Um, boom. Q Q. Hit play it. Nice. That's why you just walk it out. This guy can't stop you. Nice. Drink a pot. I don't know why you're not drinking pots.
Honestly, it's so this is probably like my fifth Cinder game you're watching and like maybe 20th mid game.
Mhm.
I'm just not fucking used to it. I'm
Yeah.
straight up bronzy.
Yeah. Um, you need to understand ranges. If you understand that you're not fighting, which you actually, it looks like you understand right now because you have no items. He has items. He has a bigger wave, and he's higher HP. So your operation just kind of just chill and collect the wave under tower, right? Um, so you should just be playing farther back. Like you should be just like chilling. When a minion gets low, you can walk up and Q it, walk up and W, walk up and auto it, right? You're kind of playing in a range where you are in range to get hit, but you're what is it like? The difference between here and here? Like you're not playing to fight him. You're not. The minions aren't low enough for you to kill. What is like? What are we doing
I
here? You know?
I would chalk this up to not knowing what XP range is.
Oh, XP range is like fucking Africa, bro. But also the minions aren't close to dying, so the XP range don't matter. That's a cope
Yeah.
excuse. If the minions are about to die, and you're like, oh, I need to walk up to hit them, sure. But you could minions are full HP, so you just be farther back, and then when they're close to dying, then you walk up into XP range. So XP range doesn't matter, doesn't relate to this situation at all, you know, because they weren't even close to dying. Q. So you like why mages really play for push because you're so focused on hitting minions, that it's hard to like hit minions, plus dodge the spells, plus also it's obviously hard to last hit minions like this because the tower, right?
Yeah.
So that's why every mage plays for like push. W minion, nice. Unless you're playing a matchup that's a known bad matchup, and obviously you're new, so you don't know matchups yet.
I have zero idea of like matchups and everything.
Yeah,
I'm just spamming games to try to figure it all out.
yeah, but you learn from trial and error, so you should be playing for push in every single matchup, and you'll learn what matchups you don't get prio and what matchups you do. But any champ in the game that's strong, not even mage, any laner, it could be Fiora, it could be Jax, it could be Syndra, it could be Silas, any champ, um, unless you're playing a champ like Cassin, that's like really obvious you don't get push because you're weak early. Um,
Hmm.
every player wants to play to beat their opponent and get advantage, right? Um, like and and every and there's never a downside to getting like quote unquote winning lane is having prio in lane philosophy because if you have prio you have more what does prio mean? Prio means you get deep provision. Prio means you get to hit plates. Prio means you get to roam to plays first. Prio means you get to recall first and not miss anything because if you get Prio means you push your wave in and
Hmm.
then you can base and then mid laner can't base because he's too busy last hitting minions in a tower. So Prio means everything. You get plate money, you can get vision money, you get first to plays. You decide when you get to recall. If you don't have Prio, you don't get to decide when you don't recall because right now if you recall right now, When he has prio, he's gonna hit plates, right? Or if there's a fight in bot or dragon, he gets to be there, you won't. So like when you have prio, you
Right.
get to decide everything. The game is now played on your terms, right? So every champ would prefer to have prio. The only time people give prios is when they're aware of their matchup and they know, okay, this matchup is so bad, like I can't play for prio because like I just lose the fight 1v1. So if I play for prio, I'll just die, you know.
Right.
But the default setting for laners, if you're playing a laner that's considered strong and not super weak early, like Syndra's not considered weak early, the default should be try to play for prio, and you're gonna learn from trial and error what matchups that works in and what matchups that doesn't work in, right?
Hmm.
Um, this is now the equivalent of when you're playing a mage matchup, mana is really important to think about. The junglers are used to not thinking about mana, so you have to get used to this.
Yeah.
I want you to think you are Hecarim versus. I'm gonna just keep doing jungle analogies. You're Hecarim versus Lee Sin, and he's 2-0, and you're 0-2. So your default is to not fight him, correct?
Hmm.
In this case, you he's 2-0, you're 0-2, but you're both in river, and you see that he's 70% HP while you're 100%. Plus, you just got off a recall, so you just spent all your money, but you know he's been on the map for the last like 5 minutes, so you're actually up items on him, right? Well, even though he's 2-0 and
Hmm.
you're 0-2, you'll still fight him. Now you'll actually fight him because like, okay, I'm up extra HP and I
Yeah.
have better
Especially if
items.
like it's like if there's something worth fighting for. Like there's a crab and he
Yeah.
wants to contest
So
it, and I like got Q
so
stacked.
in
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
case, the thing that so in the lane that there's no that mindset doesn't work because there's in jungle there are some things that are just not worth fight. There's nothing to fight for sometimes. In lane there is always something to fight for because you're always fighting for prio, right? There's always something to fight for. There's nothing. There's never nothing to fight for. There's no like you know what I mean.
Hmm.
That's A. And B, you have to read mana. Right now, that exact same scenario I just painted is the scenario because he's no mana or he's low mana. So if you start fighting him to death right now, he's gonna run mid fight, and he could be 5-0, and if he's out of mana, he's does that then it
Yeah. It
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter
It
what
doesn't matter.
items
Right?
he has if you
So and
can't
right now you actually have better
classify them.
items because
Yeah.
you just came off recall while he's been on the map, right? So you either have better items or even items, and you have more mana. So now you say you're still playing back. Look, you're playing back under tower, under tower. This is where you
Yeah. Yeah.
should
I'm super
this
scared.
is where you should be on the wave. That you should be queuing him. You're queuing from extras. You should be fighting him to death right now. There's nothing he could do. He's no mana. Um, he can't. You know what I mean? Like he can't. Like he literally is gonna run room if you keep fighting him. And if you like items, he actually are up items.
Yeah.
Like he's Amptone, your Amptone plus mana crystal plus glowing move. It's like not like real items, but the point stands. Like he literally doesn't have mana to fight you, but you're playing under tower. So it's you have to read like reading mana is just as important as reading HP bar for mages. Like this guy got a free recall. Like he got to get his wave in and recall now. But if you stopped him from getting this push, let's say you contesting him, and then you could hold this free, like this wave's not as big. Let's say you killed melee and you killed range and you got this cannon to have HP, and now you're just holding this wave here. He can't recall because if he recalls, he's gonna lose the entire wave because this cannon will kill the entire wave, right? And if he doesn't, and if he
Mhm.
stays, well now he's staying with no mana, so now he's just going to be terrified of getting Syndra stunned into death on every wave, right?
Yeah, and that gives ample opportunity for Rammus to potentially
Yeah,
gank and
and
all
and
that
now
stuff.
you should be hard pushing this wave because you know he at the base because he's no
Recalled,
mana.
yeah.
So you should now you should be hard pushing, and you're gonna the faster you push, the more minions he's going to lose to the tower, right? And B, you're also gonna be able to hit play here for a second. Uh, make sense?
Hmm.
Also, by the way, I'm gonna have maybe I'll write it down somewhere in an announcement tab. But for laning, I'm only doing laning phase coaching, maybe some mid game
Okay, that's
because
totally fine.
because not the other parts are easier. The laning is the hard part of coaching like lanes. It's just like you understand. You could talk about the first. It's different from jungle, where laning is like you could talk about the first 5 waves for 45 minutes uh, because there's so much, especially mid. Mid's the hardest role in the
It
game.
Yeah,
There's
it's
so
super
many. There's so
snowbally.
many different lines to hold. Like, you guys probably don't know. Mid is divided in it's like 7 invisible lines, and every single matchup and in every single wave state, there's different pockets you hold. Sometimes you play this pocket, this pocket, this pocket. We call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like fucking chessboard. Like so you'll sometimes be playing in 4E, which is here. You know.
Yeah, I
And all,
literally just this morning saw a Vagar V2 short where he literally drew out a chessboard.
yeah, which is real. It's so. Uh, because there's lanes of like standing here. So in this case, your proximity to walk here. You're also still in XP range. You could Q you over the wall. You're defending yourself from a gank from here or here because you're hugging right side. There's so many different and it's constantly flip flopping, and again, it takes an hour to talk about. That's why for this we're talking about really basic stuff, playing mana pool, playing range advantage, playing CD advantage. You know, and here, like, yeah, I don't know when the fuck he happened. Like I see there, but I don't know what happened. But he's still no mana, and like you're still playing back. So here, you should be walking into. He literally like before he was like low mana. Now he's literally no mana. You can literally just
Yeah.
walk into him. There's nothing he can do. It's literally the equivalent of a 20% HP Lee Sin and you're 100% Hecarim, and he's 10-0 and you're 0-10, and you're just going to kill him, right? And here you can literally walk up. You can walk up to the tower right now and hit plate. What is he gonna do if you hit plate? 20 damage auto attack?
Just auto me.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's gonna
it's
auto attack you. And also, when you have like here, you should understand like you're getting prio. So when you get prio, it's important to hit this wave as fast as possible. Like hit this like as in correct league terms, like high league terms, we call it as high, catch the wave high. That's catching wave high, catching wave neutral. Neutral means where the waves meet. That's its neutral point is here. Catching
Mhm.
wave low, which is here. So 3 points: low, neutral, high. When you're winning lane, it's high. When you're neutral, when you're both even, it's neutral. And when you're scared of dying, getting ganked, or you losing, or blah blah, you catch it low. In this case, you're winning because he's no mana, so you're gonna catch it as high as possible. The reason why the higher you catch the wave, it's all timers. That means the bigger the timer you have. I don't know the exact math, but to compare it to like jungle,
Yeah, yeah.
is okay. Let's say waves spawn every 30 seconds. So if you catch the wave here, you kill it in 10 seconds. You'll have a 20-second timer. You have 20 seconds to base. You have a 20-second timer to ward here. You have a 20-second timer to roam bot. You have 20 seconds of free time. If you catch the wave
Mhm.
here, it takes 15 seconds to kill the wave, and then you have a 15-second timer. Catch the wave here, it takes 20 seconds, and then you have
Yeah.
a 10-second
No.
timer, right? So the higher you catch it, the longer your timer is. The longer your timer is, the more things you can do. With 20 seconds, you can literally recall, because it takes 8 seconds to recall, and then 12 seconds walk back with home guards. So you'll literally be in time for the next wave by recalling, right? But if you catch a wave here, you'll never be able to kill a wave and recall and be in time. By the time you come back to half the wave, like 3 minutes have already died or something, you know.
Right.
So you want to catch the wave as high as possible here. You say you're not hitting and not hitting. You just cut. You're starting this wave neutral,
Yeah,
and now
I'm
you
I'm playing so scared. Like I don't even want to get like minion
yeah
aggro. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, you catch how you catch this wave. Um, you'd be able to get a ward of the Raptors right now because you have two wards. You should use one of them. You can recall for a lost chapter. Um, you could hit plates here potentially, right? Yeah,
A whole
definitely hit a
bunch of
play.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, whole, but use yes, the prio equals so many things in league. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, and I say, and if you're learning the role, the best way to learn the role is play like a psychopath and just fight every lane, and you're going to int a lot of games because you're just going to fight, and then in matchups where you
Yep.
lose, and you're gonna. But that's just how it's the same as jungle. Eventually, you had zero jungle games, and you want to play. You're like, okay, I'm gonna be Hecarim one trick, and you had no idea the Hecarim beat Lee Sin level 3, the Hecarim beat Zenzel level 3, the Hecarim beats Jarvan level 3, and now you go into every game fighting them at crab, and then you're just going to find the games that you like. You're gonna find the matchups that you are stronger in, and the matchups you're weaker in. You know.
Ignore that. Yeah. Ignore what I just did
Yeah,
there.
you just didn't
That
know
is
his ult
fucking
is
brain
fine.
dead. It's fucking brain dead.
But
Like close your eyes.
does that make sense? Like that's just how mid's gonna be
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
It's like you're just going to be fighting every single jungler at crab level 3, and then you're gonna find
Yeah,
out
yeah.
which ones are. I think it's good news if Syndra's your champion of choice. I don't know which one is. Syndra is pretty strong, so you're gonna beat most people playing for Prio. There's only gonna be some matchups that are rough, but like 80% of matchups I'd say are.
Yeah, I'm committing loosely to Syndra right now. I know
mm,
mid lane has more of a
mm.
concept of like champion
No,
pools
Syndra's.
and
I
all
mean,
that.
Syndra's lucky too, because Syndra's probably my best mid. So I mean, I could coach any champ, but
Oh,
that's
neat.
pretty high RNG. That's what the champ you chose because
That
that's
works
I
out.
have really good expertise on Syndra.
I got yeah. There's another guy I talked to helps me a little bit. He
But
like
yeah,
Syndra
it's just the same.
secondary.
It's just same. At this point, I just be repeating the same shit. It's just the same thing. Like
Yeah,
even
yeah,
now,
yeah.
you're too scared of him.
Don't be so scared. Just go fucking in.
Mm.
Go fight for the wave. See what
Because
the
even right
fuck
now, you're
happens.
playing like you had a bad you got solo kill level 2, and then you decided in your head, okay, I'm just hard losing since then. Bro, this guy's half HP, you're full HP, right? If you open items, you guys are like the same items, like similar. Like I'll pause here. He has Sorks, which is 1.1, and if it ashes, which is 900, so he has 2,000 gold. This Slosh Raptor is 1,200, and this the Emptone's 400. So you're down nice. You're down 400 gold in stats. Awesome. Um, 300 of his stats are going into movement speed, which is useless. Well, not useless, but like if you throw your spells well enough, then he's not dodging it. You know what I mean? Like you actually up combat stats because half of the boot value is just movement speed. And again, if you land your spells, then the movement speed is useless, right? Um, But again, so let's say he's, but then even then, again, your full HP is half HP. So you're up HP, even if you're down 300 gold in stats. Well, if you went into any fight in League and asked, would you rather have 300 gold or 400 HP advantage? You choose 400 HP because 400 HP is literally worth more than 300 gold in the shop. You know?
Yeah, I mean you
uh,
can't. Yeah, you can't buy a fucking ruby crystal.
yeah, exactly.
Uh, like
Um,
that.
so you're again, this is another example of you have a stronger. You're literally should be winning lane right now, but you're just so focused on being scared that you don't even want to click up to check. We have playing for prio, understanding mana. Um, Level one really important. Like not even about playing for prio. It's like because I could just say play for prio and you don't know what that means. Playing for prio means autoing the wave constantly, like never like not autoing the wave, right? And also when
Hmm.
you trying to queue as much as possible, but also trying to the perfect moment is trying to queue the enemy and queue the wave together. Um,
Right.
so those are all like different aspects of playing for prio. Syndra has a good job. Success playing for prio in a lot of matchups because her Q outranges a lot of champion spells, and her Q is also really low CD compared to like other mages. Like compare Syndra Q to Aura Q, Syndra Q to Mel Q. It just or like Mel, yeah, I guess in this case, like Syndra Q is just always lower CD, right? Only one that's like I could think of that's not is like Ori Q. But then the advantage that Syndra has over Ori Q is Ori has Q's on lower CD, but Syndra Q outranges Ori Q. So you can hit Syndra Q. If you do max range Syndra Q, you both people are standing still. Cedric will land it, and Ori will not land her Q. So you have range advantage. So just tethering range advantage. CD. In this case, you actually have in this matchup, it's pretty good because you can use lower CD and it's longer range. Uh, I mean, his not his Q, but it's easier to land. I'd say. You could poke. I think you're using your stun too much as well. I think what a lot of times Ninja does here is, I mean, again, here you actually just don't EQ. Here you just like do max range Q, betas reflect, and also then you'll QE. So you have two Qs, like one Q to just get in his head. You can even Q again, Q, and then you could QE, or then you could
Yeah.
Q, then take a W, throw W, then QE, or you could WE. Like you're leading with stun way too
Yeah.
often.
I
Not
yeah,
even in
I
this
think I'm just
case.
having I'm having too much fun playing billiards.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not even in this case. Like a lot of times you really want to hold, unless you're like really certain it's gonna land. You really hold Syndra stun, like perma.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's something you could just like. Also, you should not take minion. You should take one of the balls here because you take either this ball or this ball, and then you could throw the ball on him. And then if he doesn't reflect, then you could just WE right here. This is imagine like instead of ulting, like this is a ball. You just WE, and then you can Q ult if he's stunned, and if he's not, and then if he reflects it, because you only want him to reflect one of your spells, either reflects your E or reflect your ult. You can't have him reflect both, right? So here you QE or WE. If he reflects it, now he has no reflect for your ult. If he doesn't reflect it, now he's stunned, and now he can't reflect your ult because he's stunned. But here he was able to kind of reflect both of them. Make sense?
Hmm.
And I think if you just did like one more, like two more Qs before going for this all in, you'd have more balls on the ground.
Yeah,
Then you would have
yeah.
won this. So that's why you're kind of
That's the
rushing. You're like insta Qing or insta Q ulting, just like again, you could just like play. You see how like in this case you're just playing to put like this is your first time this lane you're doing it right now. I'll play from these just from right here from this point on. 11:46. Watch the next next 6 seconds is the first time this game you're actually playing Syndra correctly. You ready? Boom, W poke
Yeah,
back.
let's do it.
Boom, W poke max range. Perfect. Walk up. Q max range. Perfect. Insta leave. Waiting for Q to come back up. Waiting for W to come back up. Okay, insta leave. Perfect. We won that trade because his HP look at ours. Okay. Ours supposed to back up. You miss Q, it's fine. But here, no, your W is long range than your Q. So here, I would instead of queuing here, I would take like just pick up a minion and then just throw it over. Because if it hits, it slows him. The W
And then
slows.
probably Q where they try to dodge.
Not even that, because when the W slows, so if the W hits, then you'll just insta Q where they are, and now the Q's are missable because he's slowed, right? So that's why you lead with
Oh,
W
okay.
here. But you did Q and then W, so it's backwards, right?
Yeah. It's backwards.
And then if you landed, and you missed your Q and your W there. So if you just landed one of them, fuck
Yeah.
both. If you just landed one of them, then this last Q would kill. See? Boom, this kills. So you missed Q and W. And it's fine. And also, if you really want to be insecure, you could just throw them like you could throw W here, and you could throw Q here right now. Because if you just waited half a second before throwing this W, even now you turn Q right now, he can't. you could Syndra could do Q W, and she can't. It's some undodgeable, right? See right now you boom Q. I mean, throw Q right now, right? And she just walked to the right to dodge the W. So if you throw the Q in that area, she cannot dodge both, because a single extra Q would have killed her, right?
Mhm.
So this was your, and then and it's good that you went for the fight here, because again, look, you're up items. He doesn't have no item. You have full Luden, so you finally, I don't know if you finally recognized it, or you just got bored of playing like scared, so you like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna fight this guy. But this was your actual good all-in timer, where he probably is setting on 2k gold. So once he basically does have item, so this is like your last opportunity to fight him on even terms or
Yeah.
on head terms. Now you're fucked. Now he's gonna have full item, and now you're completely fucked. But I think I'll just end it there.
Makes sense.
That's been 25
Yeah,
minutes.
it's yeah,
Because yeah, now the
it's
lane's
a lot.
unplayable. Any questions?
No, that was good. Thank you for sticking to the base.